Time now for Keller at Large. This week, he sits down with Attorney General Maura Healey.
Here's John Keller.
Well, good morning. Thank you very much for joining us. You know, our guest this morning is making news this week with new lawsuits against the Trump administration over its repeal of net neutrality rules and against the Department of Education for its handling of the student loan system. Let's find out more about that and the other items on the agenda of the Commonwealth's Chief Law Enforcement Officer, Attorney General Maura Healey. General, welcome.
Hey, happy holidays, John.
Same to you.
Great to be with you.
Good to have you. Thanks for taking the time. So Friday morning, as we're taping this, the Globe notes that this latest lawsuit against the Department of Education is the third one you filed against them in the past year. You've also sued the Trump administration over issues related to health care, immigration, the environment. How many suits in total do you have out there against the feds?
Well, we're up over a couple dozen, and, you know, it's just unfortunate that we find ourselves in a position as a state having to sue to defend access to health care, to protect our clean energy economy, to fight for fairness in the marketplace and in the workplace. And certainly the three suits against Betsy DeVos and the Department of Education, that's about standing up for students and taxpayers who were cheated by predatory schools, but the Department of Ed isn't helping them one bit. So, you know, my job, John, as Attorney General, is to go out there and enforce the law. And unfortunately, we find ourselves in a situation with a president and any number of federal agencies that are doing things that are either illegal or harmful to the interests of Massachusetts businesses, our residents, and the economy.
Well, our system, of course, is based on a balance of power between the three branches, legislative, executive, and judicial. At what point, is there a point, where you might risk crossing the line between the rightful assertion of judicial branch authority and using the legal system to override the authority invested by voters in the legislative and executive branches?
Well, we're never going to cross that line. Unfortunately, we have a president who is crossing that line and a federal government that is crossing that line. Already we have actions where courts have ruled that the actions taken by the president and his agencies are unconstitutional, illegal. I really hope the day comes, John, where we're not in a situation where the federal government is doing things that are illegal or unconstitutional. But until and unless they stop, a job of a state AG, and I'm joined by colleagues across this country, is to hold the line. So there's a balance of power that also exists between the states and the federal government, and that's also what you're seeing play out right now in real time.
You don't see any such thing as being over-litigious?
I'll be litigious as I need to be in enforcing the law, standing up for the rule of law, which unfortunately has been under attack by this president over the last year, and doing the job to protect the interests of the people of the state. So that's, you know, that is always the question that I ask, John, whenever I read about an executive order coming out of the White House or an action by a federal agency like rolling back free and equal and open access to the internet, as the FCC did the other day, and rolling back net neutrality. My question is, what does this mean for people here in Massachusetts? And my job as Attorney General is to stand up and enforce the law and protect the interests of the people, the businesses in this state.
We've got to take a break, and I don't want to beat this issue to death here, but as you well know, over the years, there are many times people on all across the political spectrum have been concerned about excessive authority being wielded by courts and by judges. I'm just wondering, you know, where the line is. I'm not arguing with the righteousness that you claim for these causes, but what about this broader issue? Not on your radar, or?
Well, I think that our system is set up, and our Constitution provides for three branches of government, a strong judiciary. The courts have their job, they have their role, and certainly we've seen that in the last year.
And they'll tell you to take a hike if they think you're overdoing it, I suppose.
They certainly will.
Yeah, okay. We'll take that break, and we'll continue our conversation with Attorney General Maura Healey in just a moment. So please stay with us.